So, what happened in this meeting?
Well, we kind of talked about the Teenview TV show, but
Another topic was brought up.
most importantly, I'm just going to be honest with you. Well, first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. At least I was before you guys kind of came in here like it's like some type of a hostile takeover.
No.
So today, me and Blake decided to go inside of Marquise's office before the whole meeting and everything, and basically talk to him about how we truly felt about this whole water balloon fight.
How's the progress with the water balloon fight?
You know, that's a good question. You tell me. How's the progress with the water balloon fight?
And therein lies the problem.
Well, the group decided that you really need to convince them to keep on doing this water balloon fight because like they really don't want to do it. I'm just being honest with you.
Wait. So they're telling you that I need to convince them?
No, I'm telling you that you need to convince them that we need to for sure them that this water balloon is a good idea because they really don't think it is. And that's just being honest with you.
It just doesn't seem like with the amount of work we're trying to put into this and the amount of time we have left that we're going to get a satisfying payoff from it.
Okay, so Kyle and Blake came to me after the group got together on their own, and they shared that the fact that they discussed that they weren't really feeling the water balloon fight as a group. It wasn't just Kyle and Blake, but they were the spokesmen for the group, and they thought that it would be a good idea to just suspend it all.
They just don't feel comfortable right now in the spot that we're in.
I think I feel the most comfortable talking to him. So we basically just told him how we don't really feel confident going forward with this water balloon fight.
So you guys aren't satisfied with the plan, maybe the execution of the plan, and how we're going about doing this, and you thinking that before we even really get into it, we pretty much already feel like everything's gonna fly. So we pretty much gave up already. And it was because of fear that we weren't gonna be able to pull it together. And I understand that. I mean, especially when you're dealing with a lot of younger people, and a lot of them haven't ever put themselves out there in a position like this. And like I said before, this is a really big deal. It's not an easy task. And it is a little bit scary, but we needed something like that to push ourselves, to drive it, and to try to make it happen. And that's what I was hoping that we will be able to get out of them, because when we try to take our organization to another level, sometimes, well, a lot of times, it's not gonna be easy. And we can't be of the mindset that we're just gonna quit. We're gonna just give up. You know, life does not give you those opportunities. You can, but then you will never reach the goals that you aspire to if you always give up and quit. And I have to say this again, it is something valuable that you gain, that you learn in the journey.
I mean, you convinced me, but you just gotta convince this group now.
That's where the real challenge is.
We'll see.
I think talking to Marquise with Blake was very beneficial. Like, he put us in another mode, and it's just time to go out there and kill it.
All right, listen, this is what it comes down to. We have to lay out the plan for how we're going to execute the actual event. Now, I know we've been doing a lot of advertisement and, you know, in the different places or whatever, and we're trying to get the people there. We're getting a lot of good positive response. You know, people are buying tickets online, so that's great, that's a plus, but we need to make sure that we have everything tight when we actually do the event. What I want to do is I want to make sure that our team understands how we want to lay things out and put the detail in, the extra work, because, you know, we could have just said, hey, this is our plan, but we need diagrams. We need to make sure that everything is completely thorough, laid out, so that we know how the event's going to go. Because if we have a plan and everybody's plugged into the plan, we can move a lot more efficiently. So if we're going to get everybody to come in, we're going to make sure we're going to have to bottleneck them on purpose so we can get an accurate count. But what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to this part. Notice I have, like I said, group A, B, and C, and we have rows of A, B, and C coming in.
I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it's sectioned off to fit 10,000 people, so hopefully we get more. So we have to fit people in the empty spaces of the stadium, but we're gonna hopefully break this record. That's what I'm hoping for.
So what we want to do is we want to divide the field up in a way where we can bring in the people to go to the section. So once I do my A1, I have my first group, we count that 50, then we'll walk them over and we will get them placed there in their section. The next group, we get them, on and on and on until all of the people are properly positioned. Now, the good thing about this is it helps us keep track of our numbers, and it's going to help qualify what we're trying to do when it comes to reporting to Guinness World Records, all right? I don't even know if our team is really completely getting it. It may not be this event, it may be the next event, or maybe when they're working on a project themselves and other people are not, walking their task out the proper way, they will know how to do it. So that's what I had hoped to do with the laid out plan that I put together for the team. So the next thing, while we're still trying to set up, and after the game, most of the people are going to be here, we'll announce what's going on. So what we were thinking is we want to do some entertainment, because I'm believing it's going to probably take us about 45 minutes just to get that part going. That's 45 minutes after the game is over. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that there's some good entertainment. Now, you guys know we do the Teens Got Talent. Teens Got Talent is one of the big things. We did it at North, we had it at Life Prep, Hanover Central's looking at it, and there's some other people who have worked with us in the past that likes the talent show. We have a lot of different projects with our program. We have like winter circles, the open mic night, and we also have the Teens Got Talent. And we did some projects through the school this year, and I thought it would be a great idea to have our finals with the open with this event with a water balloon fight, because we'll have we're hoping that we'll have a phenomenal audience, but then we also need entertainment. It's gonna take a while to get everybody in position and move things around. That, it may even take possibly 2 hours just to get everything set up. So a lot of the crowd will still be either in their seats or they'll be lining up over here getting ready to enter into the place or whatever. But then while they're there, they won't be without entertainment. We'll have the talents going for it and trying to do it there. People can't sit that long, and I think the Teens Got Talent would be a great opportunity for some of the young people who are participating to have a good audience, and we can have fun with it. So we're killing two birds with one stone. Thinking about some groups. Yes, you got one of mine?
Yeah, is the Final Four gonna be performing there?
That's what I was considering. Now, they did a very good job for some of the other projects that we've worked with in the past, and they seem to kind of be like a part of the Teenview, family.
Final Four? Well, he asked me if I knew a group that would perform at there. I mentioned the Final Four. I noticed they've done a lot of work for us, so I'm hoping they perform because I enjoy their music, and they're going to be performing in front of a lot of people, so hopefully this gets a lot of buzz out for their stuff too. So I'm excited.
So Final Four is definitely a group that we're looking to bring in. I know Miss Houston, Natasha Houston, she's in California, but there are a few other groups that are out there that we can work with. So keep that in mind.
I think this is pretty cool. I mean, it sounds like we're gonna have a lot of good. I think we're gonna have some entertainment. It's gonna be entertaining.
So we'll have the talent going while we're getting ready. That's a good icebreaker, or I couldn't call it an icebreaker, but a distraction for people who are sitting for a long period of time.
I think that entertainment is going to be really cool. I hope that we get a lot more people than we've talked about to really entertain too, because I feel like it'd be a good opportunity to share on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and get more people involved with Teenview.
inaugural Power 93.5 Powerhouse Jam. Starring Lil Wayne, Trey Songz, Kendrick, Ty Dolla, and Fetty Wap. Thursday, June 11th at Intrust Bank Arena. Tickets are on sale now at all Select the Seat outlets and online at selecttheseat.com. From All In Promotions and Power 93.5.
It's that time. Time for caffeine. Time to remember why I'm up at this hour. Training and preparing for when things heat up. So when that alarm goes off, I'll be there to help. Everything I'm doing today is going to make all the difference for tomorrow.
At Butler Community College, your tomorrow is closer than you think. Enroll now for classes. Butler Community College. Let's take tomorrow.
This is my dad.
Hello, Dad. Thank you so very much for doing this for us. We can't tell you how awesome this is. No problem. And of course, I'm very excited about the contraption that Ashley's father put together for us. It was phenomenal. It's going to make our job a whole lot easier because, you know, if you can imagine trying to get all these water balloons together, we would definitely needed something that was going to help us produce a lot. Many people working at the same time.
We got to test out our new water balloon contraption that my dad built, and it worked fabulously. So it looks like it's going to be a lot easier to fill these balloons than we thought in the first place, so that was good.
Perfect.
If something breaks, you've got shutoffs here.
Right.
Or if there's too much pressure, you can throttle it down.
Okay.
And then each one of these is a fill station.
Wow.
And they all just turn toward you.
Good deal.
And then there's clamps that you can hook on here to keep this from
shaking like you do it.
It was pretty cool. It looked a lot more complicated than I was thinking it was going to be. There was a lot of engineering put behind it. You know, some sealing, whatchamacallit, and some I don't know what to call them. You know, knobs and other stuff. So it's crazy, but no, it's gonna work for what it's made for, basically.
Ashley's father did us a phenomenal deal. He created our water balloon station. John, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Come on, give it up for him. This right here is going to make our job just a little bit easier. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put it to work and see how this whole thing works and how we're going to fill up 200,000 water balloons. All right, here we go.
So I got to the meeting kind of late. I had some other stuff I had to do. But when I got there, I saw this big contraption to fill up water balloons. I believe it was Ashley's daddy that made it, and it's really, really nice. It fits 12 people. It fills up water balloons. Each person gets one water balloon. It takes like 8 seconds to fill up a water balloon. If you do the math, it's gonna take so many hours to fill up so many water balloons. But I think we got a nice little thing here.
Guys are filling up water balloons. I decided to show up and bring some. This can basically give us an idea of how it's going to be like on game night when we need to do this for real. So try to fill up as much as we can today, and then we'll see how long they last.
Oh, I was boss. I don't even know how who thought of that. I think it was probably an online thing, but who thought of the original version? That's what I'm thinking. But it worked. So it worked out very well out there, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna work out when we need it. So that's all that matters.
All right, I'm gonna time it. Ready?
Wait, don't give me away.
You got it on? Go.
Now.
I took her 8 seconds.
The contraption's really cool. I'm so happy that Ashley's parents helped out and that we're able to do something and have it more productive and faster for the water balloons instead of doing it 3 or 4 days before and then all the water balloons popping, to actually have time to blow them up.
had 48 people and a water balloon every 30 seconds, like 48 straight hours. And we got 12 people at once, maybe, in a day. So it's going to be fun.
I am not looking forward to filling up all the water balloons, strictly because even after filling up 5 and tying them, like your fingers start to hurt right away. And the fact that we were doing it all day today and my hands smell like rubber and that's all I can smell, it's disgusting.
It's quicker than using like a faucet in the sink, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty efficient because it seemed like the nozzle was shaped just right for the water balloon, so then it'll work out perfect.
I think it's gonna take more than a day to fill up enough water balloons to break the record. But I think if we, get some food, get some drinks, some music going, kick back, have a good time, have a good old-fashioned hangout, filling up water balloons, I think it'll turn out pretty good. It'll be fun.
So here we are at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. We're going to look around, try to come up with our plan for our layout as we're here. So we're here a little earlier. Kind of excited about this. Let's go check it out.
I learned how to be resourceful with this. We didn't have a lot of a budget to start with, and we really didn't know what we were doing. We just kind of jumped in the water and learned to swim, and it's been a lot of thinking on your feet and a lot of thinking in regards to marketing and marketing plans and how we're going to attack our target markets, and that's been a huge thing for me because that was not something I had a lot of experience in. It's one thing to do graphic design and know how to design and know the difference between good and bad design, but it's a whole nother to apply that to a marketing plan and execute that in a way that's effective to get the results.
Planning makes perfect. Planning makes perfect. And sometimes we just need a little bit more time to plan things, but despite it, we make things happen. We make things happen regardless. So that's what we're all about. We make dreams come true.
I learned that planning is very important because I feel like if we didn't do as much planning as we did so far, we wouldn't be as far as we are right now. I mean, we didn't have as much time as we maybe needed, but we did it. We used what we had to the best of our abilities, and it seemed like it's going to work out just fine. So, planning is essential.
Something that I learned from this whole extravaganza would definitely be that doubt doesn't get you anywhere. We all doubted this really fast and for a long time, and we're just a few weeks getting over all of the doubt and the secretness and everything, and I feel like if we wouldn't have gone after this and if we wouldn't have pushed ahead and done this, we would never have done it. If we would have pushed it back to next year, it wouldn't have happened. If we would have pushed it back to the end of the summer, it wouldn't have happened. And even though we may not have scheduled everything properly and met deadlines, it's gonna happen no matter what. And if people show up, if 100 people show up, it's gonna be an accomplishment because that means 100 people know about Teenview magazine and they care about us. So doubt definitely doesn't get you anywhere, but it's helped us.
The one thing that I learned from this whole experience personally is just like, it doesn't hurt to try, We're trying to break the record. We're trying to get our name out there. We're trying to get people to support Teenview, to support the cause, and it doesn't hurt to try, because what do you have to lose, honestly? We have nothing to lose going into this, and it's a lot of hard work. You got to stay together as a whole, as a team, as a unit. I've spent more time with Teenview than I've done my family, and you may look at it as a bad thing, but Teenview is my family, and without them, there wouldn't be no me. It's been a long journey. It's been rough, personally, in my personal life, it's been really rough, really hard, really tough to continue on, but I always had Teenview there to back me up. I feel like I got to know my brother-in-law Ricky a lot more. I feel like I got to know people like Malcolm, people like Alana, people like Skylar. I learned a lot about everybody. Michael, like Devontae, if it wasn't for them, this whole thing wouldn't be the way it is today. And I think we all grew. I think we all got better. Marquise, you know, he's like a second dad to me, and like the way he like explains things, the way he just like the vision that he has. And you know, you just gotta continue on with it. You know, Teenview is gonna make it. Teenview is gonna do big things in the future.
Well, you know, I believe that when one teaches, two learn. And as I begin to try to teach our group how to persevere through a thing, I also understood that it was very important to communicate and make sure that everybody was on the same page. And the motivational part that we needed to do with the group was critical. It was very important that we continue to encourage them through the process, but they also had to see it. I also learned that it was important for them to have invested interest in the project so that that way they can make it their own. Because they didn't always feel it, it was easy for them to just kind of throw it to the side, but to have to really encourage them to find out what their strengths were and put them in that position was great. Let me give you one example about something like that. We have phenomenal young people who are graphic designers, and one of the first flyers that they put together wasn't as strong as we wanted it to be or we needed it to be to get the event across. And I asked them to go back to the drawing board and asked them to start from scratch. And that was very hard for them to grab hold to. But they did it. And they came up with something that was so phenomenal. That's what this whole thing's about. There's so much to learn in the journey. And through this journey, I believe that our team were better. All right. So you have spent the last maybe month, but through our journey, it's been maybe like 3 months of us putting this water balloon fight together. We're trying to empower people. We're trying to motivate people. We're trying to make our community a much better place. So when you see a Teenview magazine, you get to know firsthand that our young people, even now, they're recording this show, they're doing the layouts, they're doing all of this. We need your support because one can do a little bit, but together as a community, we can change the world. So we're asking you not only to join the water balloon fight, but to join our movement of changing the lives of our young people so that they can go forth and change the world.
Three Fingers Productions. That's all we need.
Are you interested in the digital and media arts? Ever asked, why do I have to go to Kansas City or Denver to an expensive private art school? Why isn't there a program in Wichita? There is. Bethany College Mindfire offers certificate and degree programs in audio recording, 3D animation, filmmaking, and video game design. You can also transfer credits and apply directly for the Bachelor of Arts in Animation and Cinema Studies. Want more info? Just go to bcmindfire.com.
Time to think about dinner, and I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. It takes a lot of passion to make the perfect meal. But today is one day closer to becoming a chef and owning my own restaurant. It's gonna be a great day and an even better tomorrow.
At Butler Community College, your tomorrow is closer than you think. Enroll now for classes. Butler Community College. Let's take tomorrow.